Yeah, Derek, I started here in 84 as a groom, 1984. Charted for Equibase in the early 90s. Um, I also took up my trainer's license in 1995 and been training ever since. Um, Proud of over 320 wins, 57 at Woodbine, and about 280 right here. Yeah, Fort Erie is special in its own way. It's a wonderful atmosphere for starters, a great training facility. The track's always excellent, always maintained well. Not a lot of pollution, not a lot of airplanes. Actually, if you hear an airplane, you think someone's attacking the United States. Lots of grass, more relaxed atmosphere. As for opening day, anywhere, opening day baseball, which is everybody is a fan of baseball, loves it. I mean, we used to open up at Greenwood in March. Back in the 80s, it was always special. So opening day always is special to us and to the fans of the sport. And a lot of us here are fans, myself especially. I stayed at Fort Erie, raised my 4 kids here, and opening day is opening day. In a sport event, it's fantastic. Things have changed. I mean, obviously, with the internet, the explosion of the internet, our market has changed completely. There was a time you had to pay for parking and pay for admission. You had to pay to go into the clubhouse. And now, we're delighted to have you here. And the fan base, I mean, they're playing poker online. They're playing sports in play. Our competition has really changed. You can watch races at TV. I can pull up my phone and watch a race from Hong Kong and I'm like, 3 seconds behind. So to get the people here is the biggest problem. They'll wager on the product, but having the fans here is sort of the tradition of that is long gone. Pull up any photo where there's 30, 40, 50,000 on a big day. Our opening day may have had maybe 10,000, and we're gonna be lucky to get 1,000 here tomorrow, unfortunately, and they'll still play the product, but the fan base, it's something that has to be changed.
I'll tell you what, there's something special because walking into the track side and looking at the stands, for me personally, I get a special feeling. It feels like family. It
Yeah.
feels like fries. It feels like having a drink. It feels special. I'll be honest with you.
It is a wonderful, the racetrack for me personally. I mean, just to sit in the grandstand, I'll go to track and just sit there and take in the atmosphere. Breathe in the horses, and I go to the rail and I breathe in thoroughbreds, standardbreds, and I just go to the rail and I like to smell the horses. Tough to explain, but as for the grandstand, I have so many memories from the mid '80s. Watched a lot of good horses, a lot of champions here, and to sit in the grandstand and watch the champions and to sit and it just you remember where you were. You remember we were on opening day. You remember where you were when Ben Burr upset Alligator. You remember where you were when Dan Smartley won the second leg of the Triple Crown. And there's just so many memories here. I mean, even historically, in 1962, I guess it was 1962, 1963, Northern Dancer won his first start here, broke his maiden, the most influential sire in the world. Broke his maiden here in his first start, then won the Summer Stakes in his second start. A couple of years before I was hatched. But there's a lot of history, a lot of tradition here. They used to run quarter horses here. They actually ran standardbreds here at one time. So I mean, if it could ever happen again, it's some kind of dream. But I mean, we love racing. We love horse racing, and that's a lot of us are here have that passion.
Now, we like to say there's a Triple Crown here in Canada. And the first leg is the Queen's Plate. Now it's going to be the King's Plate. And then the Prince of Wales. Now that's a special event in horse racing here in Canada. How important is that for Ontario and also Canada?
Well, it puts us on the map in North America mostly as it's special. But to me, it became more significant, I guess, in 1989. It transferred from the turf to the dirt. So now for a true Triple Crown champion, they have to win on the synthetic track in Toronto, now the King's Plate. They have to come here and win on the traditional dirt track. Okay. And then they have to go back to Woodbine and win on a mile and a half on the turf. I mean, if you can get a horse that can dominate, in all 3 legs, all 3 jewels, and I mean, it's going to be hard to do. but it really shows a true champion. So, this is the second jewel in Canada's Triple Crown. OLG sponsors it, and it'd be wonderful to see one. But you know how hard a horse, even to get to the races, to win 3 on 3 different services, that's a special animal.
Who's been your special horse over the years?
Okay, I had my favorite Red Dragon. He took out the paddock one day, but he went about 10 or 12 for us. He was a 5-claimer, but knew where the wire was. He run 3-4 times a year. I had him till he was 11. Saggio hits a nice mark. He was Horse of the Year here in 2003 for us. And we had Lucky Tech was Horse of the Year in 2004 for us. I don't think I've won a race since, but actually, no, they're all special. I mean, in their own way. I mean, this was my daughter's first win, Rain by Rain. And, it's special. These horses, you have your favorites. You have horses you like. You have horses you don't like. Treat them as best as you can. Point them in the right direction and hope at the end of the day you've had fun, made a little money, raised your family, and, pizza. Some days it's chicken. Some days it's chicken wings. Some days it's chicken feathers, right?
What does Fort Erie mean to the city of Fort Erie, man?
It's a landmark. It's been here for 125 years, close to it, the racetrack. And it's special. I mean, everybody knows the racetrack, and whether it's, $3 hot dog day or a lot of them show up for the Puss in Boots where you jump into the lake. The winning trainer, a tradition Bob Elton started. I'm going to say in the late 90s. We won it once with Delaforce. I jumped in the lake with Martin Ramirez. We got our traditional Prince of Wales. That's always, everybody comes to the Prince of Wales. They come from everywhere in the area, whether here or Toronto. That's a number one draw. So, it's a special place, Fort Erie. It's special for the horsemen. It's special for even the community. It is the number one employment opportunity in the area for sure. Racing has changed. In 2006 when I announced the races, we raced for $250,000 a day. That's $26 million in purses. Now we're racing somewhere with bonuses close to $120,000 a day. So we're looking about $7 million, $8 million a year in purses. So we're down to a third of what we ran for. We ran 104 days in 06. We're running now 40 days. Woodbine had 188 days. They're doing 133, keeping the same purse structure. So it's difficult. Bag of feed was 15. Now it's a bag of feed's 30. It's more stringent. We're always under the gun, medication wise, and we're always one of the more stringent jurisdictions in North America, and they've tightened it even more. So we have to be extra careful, extra cautious. And we have to make sure a horse is 100% before they go over, which is great for the horses, great for the for the horses, good for the bettors. Tougher on the being honest, it's tougher on the horsemen. This is a business, and we do what we can and do the best we can for our horses. But the opportunity and life is all about opportunity. So it's not as it once was. So it's harder to make a living. And it's a passion. It's a lifestyle. We do this as a lifestyle. It's not all about money. And that's why we do it. And there's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of chicken feather nights.
Now, you get the shippers coming from Woodbine. What about the shippers coming from the States? Do you still get lots of those coming over, or not as much as it used to be?
No, it's not even close. Again, that has to do with horse population versus race days. And the horse population is down everywhere. So we're sitting with 40 days of racing. It's hard for, if we had 100 days, somebody from Tampa would come up here. Somebody would come up from Finger Lakes. Other tracks close by, other tracks that are further that close. For example, like I said, Tampa. And now, with only 40 days. So they're not coming as often. The breeding's down. We're starting to go again when the slots of revenue program evaporated in 2012. A lot of the mares, a lot of the big outfits stopped breeding, and we're feeling the effects of it now. So it's snowballed into a negative impact, definitely, on the horse racing industry. We're starting to rebuild. We're starting to stabilize. But, to have them come from the States, won't see many of them. Just the regulars that go away from here and back. And, so as for Woodbine, they put sanctions against any any horses that come here to race. They have to stable here. They're not allowed back. So with that restriction in place, horses won't come here as often. They lose the stall in Toronto. They could lose the stall, but they're impacted if the trainer no longer has care and control of the horse and has to go to another trainer here, even though the race may not have gone in Toronto and they came here to run and they want to go back. The race is going to go next time. It's kind of I see both sides. Don't get me wrong. I can see Toronto having issues. I can see Fort Erie having issues. Overall, I believe if they got together and came up with a better solution, that would win for all the horsemen, would be most beneficial, of course. One thing I want to mention is I do have that little syndicate that's closed now, but it's called Double Blooded Stables, and we get a group of people together to they put in $1,000. There's no additional bills. They get their monthly taken out of what they put together in there off their capital, and it gets new owners involved, an opportunity to get involved. I mean, like I said, it's a passion for me. It's a passion. And I think that more owners need to get involved. There needs to be more incentive. More people need to do this to get new owners into the game and enjoy the sport as much as I have over the last 40 plus years.